Hey guys, it's Pencil Eraser here. Right now, I'm currently sitting at 923 subscribers, and it just wow, that amazes me that there are this many people that want to watch my stuff and listen to my music. So that's just an amazing feeling to have. Thanks to all you guys for your constant support. For liking my vids and commenting and all that stuff. I love hearing from you guys. I really love hearing that you guys can relate to my stuff, especially. That's just an amazing feeling to have, that I've written something that someone else can relate to. That's just a great feeling. Sorry guys for the really long delay with my Q&A video. For those of you who don't know what's going on, why this video exists, so back in December, 4 months ago now, I put out a call for people, my subscribers, to write me some questions. And then in this video, I would answer those questions. So it's been 4 months and I haven't answered the questions. So, sorry for the long delay. I know you guys are antsy to hear the answers to your questions. So without further ado, here they are. Okay, so the first question comes from my good buddy, Ray Lee. And by the way, he makes these really great pop punk guitar covers. So you should totally check him out. I think there's a link on the screen to click on to see his covers. So do check that out. But his question is, which bear is best? And that I'll tell you which bear is best. This bear is best. Your bear sucks. And he also asks, are you stoked to see Neck Deep in February? And that just speaks to how long it's taken me to get to these questions, because it's now March. So we went to the show and it was awesome. Actually, let's put up some clips of that here. Good show. Anyway, you guys should check out Neck Deep. They're a great pop punk band. And I finally got to see them live, and it was a freaking amazing show. Those weren't even the best clips. Those were just like, I was tired, and I had a break, so I wasn't like dancing or moshing or anything, so I was able to actually like take video. Otherwise, there were like far better songs they played. Just check them out. Next question. Alright, so we've got Vinyl Scratch 37 asking 4 questions. Really going all out there. Vinyl Scratch 37 asks, what guitars do you prefer / use? Okay, so I will show you what guitar I use. So I use this number here. It is it's an Epiphone, it's Les Paul, standard. I don't know, but I really like the Blue Burst design. That's what got me, honestly, and it plays really well. It's a versatile guitar. It's got humbuckers. I don't know. It looks like a Les Paul. There, you can see it in all its beauty. Just look it up or something. It's a Blue Burst Les Paul standard. That's what I prefer and use. It's not that high end. I could do better. But yeah. Anyway. Vinyl also asks, do you play the bass lines yourself? Yes, I play the bass lines myself. I use this bass here. It's a really crappy Austin bass, but it works, and it's a real bass. I know some other musicians tend to use like the guitar and like they use effects post-recording to get the bass sound, but I actually use a real bass. I still do like effects and stuff, but it's a real bass. And I usually come up with the bass lines last, because I think I suck at coming up with bass lines. And yeah, I just like getting down like the drums, the guitar, the vocals, the synth, even all of that first before I get to the bass. And then I can kind of hear like, oh, how would a cool bass line sound like? I don't know if that's the right way to do it. There's probably no right way to do it. Maybe for like ska or something, bass should come first. But like, and sometimes I have like a really good bass part in mind. Like for Lost But Never Found, I knew that bass thing would come in right, like the piano part right before it went into the outro. I knew that bass line was going to come in. I knew that was going to be there. But like the rest of it, I had no idea. I wrote the entire song. That was the last thing I did. Didn't even have any idea how the bass would go till the end. And I don't know. You guys be the judge. How was the bass? I don't know. I thought it was all right, except for that cool part right into the outro. And finally, there's two more questions. You also asked, I always wondered about drums. Do you collab with anyone or do you have a program? Long story short, I use this program called Addictive Drums. I'm not going to show an image, just Google it. It's called Addictive Drums, and it works really well. It sounds really cool. I was recommended that by Prince Whatever, actually, and I've been recommending that plugin since to all of my other Brony musician friends. It's a really great program. And I've got some really nice presets for it. It sounds great. You can do a lot with it. And I don't even think I've used it to its full capacity. Like there's so much more you can do with it, but it's a little complicated to get to that point. And then you ask, what software do you use for recording? I use FL Studio 11. Isimboff used that, and he was my Brony hero when I started, and so I used that program. Honestly, not the best program to use. If you're recording real instruments, not the best program. Do not recommend that. It's meant for electronic music. It's meant for like serious like dubstep or stuff like that, not for like rock. So that was a mistake, but I've gotten so used to it, I don't feel like changing my DAW, that's what it's called, digital audio workstation. I don't feel like changing to something else. I've heard Reaper is really good, or Cubase, but or Logic is the last one that I've heard is really good. Next question comes from Equine Rhymes. And Equine asks, are you planning on doing a cover or extended version of Good to Be a Vampire? Like add your own lyrics, maybe change it up a little so you don't get sued or something. Also, your music is not crap, sir. I loved every song you make. Well, thank you. Thank you, Equine, for your question. Sorry that it took this long to answer it, because I know you've been following my stuff, and I like your comments. So am I planning to do an extended cover? No, I don't. I never planned to do a cover of that. I know like 3 people or something like that were asking me to do like a cover of it or like extend it or do something cool with it, but I mean, if I did it, it'd just be for you guys. So maybe I'll do it, but I've got other stuff planned. It's not really on my radar. I mean, if you guys really love the song, it's a great song. Like, I love the song. I don't know what I could do with it. I tend to not like doing covers in general. It's just not I like writing original songs. Unless I'm going to do like a spin-off, like do some sort of spin on it, like I'm going to do like a parody or something. I really just don't see the point in covers. It's never going to be if I'm going to cover it exactly how it is, unless it's going to be like in a different genre or it's going to be my take on it. Like if I'm just going to cover it as it is, it's not going to be as good as the original. Like I don't have the equipment to make it as good as the original. So I don't see the point in doing that. An extended version, maybe. The song is it's really good. I don't think I can live up to it. I'd rather just make something of my own. And yeah, I could get sued too, so that's never good. So I don't know. I'm not feeling up to it. If I have so much downtime this summer, and I mean, I love you guys, but I've got other stuff going on. But if I have so much downtime, I would totally do this for you guys. But I don't have any real, like, serious interest in covering it. Sorry. Okay, so Konobi, who's another one of my really good buddies, he does these really great Let's Plays. Please check him out. There's a link on his name. But yeah, he does these like fantastic, really hilarious Let's Plays. They're really underrated. You guys should check it out. But he asks, how does one as sexy as you start making music? Well, that's a really easy question. First, you gotta get an adjustable cheese slicer, and then you gotta freaking upload that Nosferatu commentary. Like, seriously, I'm waiting on that shit.
Next question.
Okay, Risen asks, my question, would you ever consider doing mixed genre songs, like trance plus rock or something like that? And do you have plans for progressive metal like Ken Applejack has done? Sorry, my question is kind of weak, but I am actually interested. Would I consider doing mixed genre songs? Totally. Why not? I've done like a chip rock song before, so that's not out of the question. I'm not as familiar with that kind of stuff. Like, I don't actually go outside of my genre that much in terms of my writing. I do listen to a lot of other stuff here and there, like pop and like some techno stuff like that, like and a lot of brony stuff, which isn't usually rock. But yeah, I would totally go out of my genre. I just I'm not good at it at all, so I'd have to be following someone else in that, and I would just be providing the rock part because I don't know crap about writing anything else. Like, my synth is terrible. Like, really, I can't do techno. What are you thinking? Trance? Like, that's not happening. From my end. And then you also asked plans for progressive metal. Again, out of my expertise, I write pop punk and like post-hardcore, and that's just too. I don't listen to enough progressive metal for me to really do that. I really like his stuff, and should totally listen to more progressive metal that's not by Ken Applejack. But yeah, I don't even want to tread on his boundary, honestly. I know he's leaving, but like he's leaving like the fandom and not writing music, but still, I can't live up to that. If I try to write progressive metal, people are going to try to compare me to him, and it's just going to be a disaster. I can't live up to that. I already can't live up to my own stuff, so like it's not happening. Or maybe one day. But again, I'm not good at that. And Spencer Harris, he asks, favorite T-Pone. And if you click translate on that, it actually says favorite places. So I don't know which one he wants me to answer. Favorite pone, let's start with that one. This is favorite pone. Rarity is favorite pone. Rarity is great. I got this custom beanie thing a while back. But yeah. See? Yeah, Rarity is best pone. And then Apple Bloom would come second. I really like Apple Bloom too. I think they're both great characters. They're both, I think they're both underrated in terms of how many people like them, which is weird, but because, I don't know, they have very interesting personalities, but some people don't like them, so whatever. Too bad for them. More Rarity stuff for me. And the second question, or sorry, I guess, and then you also asked favorite places. I don't know. I like chilling at Chipotle and Steak and Shake. Those are my hangouts. Chill out at those places. Okay, and next question by Verdant Wasp, asking, okay, what are your favorite bands? And which of your songs do you feel turn out the best? Covers included, I don't know. Oh boy, so you're gonna ask the favorite band question. This one is tough even for me because I love so many bands, and I kind of, you know, go back and forth between which band I really like at the time and which band I'm really listening to and really love. It's just for a long time, I thought Silverstein was my favorite band. They're a post-hardcore band, really great. They have so many albums out now. I've just been following them for a long time, but since then, I've really grown to love all these other kinds of bands. I guess what I'd say like my top three would probably be like Silverstein, Yellow Card, and the Wonder Years, which is I'm wearing their shirt right now. They're all really great bands. I have all of my songs are probably heavily influenced by those bands. Also, A Day to Remember too. I think they're like, it's really between those four bands. I would say those are the four, and all of my songs are probably heavily influenced by these bands. And there's probably not millions, but like hundreds of other bands that are influenced by those bands, and they're probably all influenced by Blink in some way. And I really love Blink too. I don't know. I love a lot of bands. Check out my profile on YouTube. It says like my influences or whatever, and those are like all my favorite bands. Those are all great. But yeah, I'd say those four would be my like top four, and they probably move around depending on like which band just dropped an album. And I'm like, ooh, I'm really excited about that band, and then another one drops an album, and I'm really excited about that one. Those are the four I really follow seriously, I would say, along with like a host of other ones. But there's too many. I'm not going to name them all. Check out my list on my YouTube profile. Okay, and you also asked which of my songs turn out the best, and I think that would just be my most recent song, Lost But Never Found. I mean, it just makes sense to me, too. I mean, I've learned more, I've gotten more experience, making songs, so it makes sense that my most recent song would be the one that turned out the best, because I've just a natural progression from experience making music, and I'm just now the most recent one's going to be the best product. Unless you mean like what's my favorite song, but I think someone else has that asked, so I'll wait till then.